Dear Miss Hefner, I don't know how I can really put into words how much you have changed my life. And I certainly don't know how to do that in just 500 words. However, I need you to know what a difference you have made not only in my learning, but most importantly in my life. As you know, I spent the first 16 years of my life living in the most dangerous city in the world, San Pedro Sula, Honduras. While living there, I witnessed gang murders, drug abuse, and violence just on my walk to school. I had so much anxiety and fear every day, and I literally dreamed of what it would be like to have an opportunity to live and study in America. When that dream finally became a reality, I was faced with different struggles. I started school only knowing the words "no English," and that became my response to everyone that spoke to me. I thought about giving up, quitting school, and finding a job to help my family more times than I can count. Then I walked into your classroom. You greeted me with a smile and made sure that I left each class with a hug. Most importantly, you made me believe in myself and that all my dreams could really come true. When most of my teachers didn't even know how to pronounce my name correctly, you took the time to learn everything about me and my life, from where I came from, where my strengths and weaknesses are, my hopes for the future, and how I learn. You said something that I will never forget. You told me, "I will never give up on you." You put those words into actions. When I told you that I couldn't complete my homework because I didn't own a computer or printer, you started an after-school homework club for all the ESOL students so we could use these things. When I didn't have a ride, you offered to bring me and all of the other students home every Tuesday so we could attend. My grades improved a lot from this. When I needed to pass my writing SOL in order to graduate this year, I thought there was no chance for me. But you did. You came to my house in the evenings and on the weekends to work with me on my writing and reading. The day I was called down to my guidance counselor and told him that I passed my writing SOL was the happiest day of my life. He told me that I passed and that it meant I could graduate. What made me even happier was telling you and seeing how proud you were of me. You cried and took me and my best friend out to a steak dinner that night, just as you promised. You've always kept your promises to me, and I admire and respect how much you care for me and your students more than you will ever know. With admiration, Jeimy. And I just want to take a moment and express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for all of the people who helped me make this event possible. Thank you to Barnes & Noble for doing this event every year to honor the great teachers in this country. Thank you, Dr. Wright, and all of the teachers and principals at Riverbend High School for hosting this event today at school. Thank you also to Dr. Baker and all of the teachers and students who have come to show their support. But most importantly, thank you to the teacher who has always supported me. If you don't believe in miracles, you should. Because of my teacher, Miss Hefner, doors that I thought would always be closed in my life are now open. I always wanted to go to prom, but I knew the dresses could be a little expensive. So when we were talking about this prom thing one day, Miss Hefner asked me what color our dresses were. We all said that we weren't going because we didn't have the money to buy the dresses. 2 weeks later, after homework club, Miss Hefner took us to her classroom. She said she had a surprise for us. Covering all the desks and hanging all around the room were prom dresses in every size, color, and style. She had over 40 dresses for us to borrow. I get to go to prom, and I experienced something that I will never forget. Because of what she did, one day in class, Miss Hefner saw me squinting my eyes to see the board. She asked me about this, and I told her it was because I didn't have my glasses. but that I was going to buy them later, whenever I get the money to buy them. The next day, she told me that she was going to get me free glasses through the Lions Club who donate glasses. She got an appointment set up for me, and tomorrow I will have my new glasses. Because of her, I will be able to see clearly, but because of her, I also see the responsibility of my dreams coming true. Because of her, I see my potential and worth. Because of her, I see the reality of a better future in my life. Because of her, I see and believe the best in myself. So if you don't believe in miracles, you should, because I have experienced a miracle this year. Most miracles include an angel, and that angel for me is Miss Hefner. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you to every teacher, staff member, principal, Barnes & Noble personnel, family member, and of course my dear students for being here to celebrate this very special moment in my teaching career. As we take part in celebrating Teacher Appreciation Week, I couldn't feel more appreciated than I do in this very moment. I too have been blessed with some amazing teachers in my life. When I reflect on their impact, I am flooded with memories of how they influenced my life, quenched my thirst for knowledge, and made me believe in myself. I am honored to have my favorite teacher from high school here with us today, my Spanish teacher, Mrs. Gearhart, who gave me an undying appreciation for other cultures, a love for the Spanish language, and showed me the true beauty of diversity. Here with us today is also my favorite elementary school teacher, my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Steele. When I was in graduate school, I was given an assignment by a professor to write an essay about my favorite teacher. I wrote about Mrs. Steele and how much she influenced my life and led me to want to become a teacher myself. I emailed her the essay, and she responded back that it brought tears to her eyes and that her greatest hope was that one day when I became a teacher myself, that I would have a student write about how I changed their life and share it with me. Well, just 7 years later, that came true as my student Jeimy Alfaro did just that. As an ESOL teacher, I spend a great deal of our class time on vocabulary. However, one of the greatest words that I have taught my students and strive to instill in them is the word resilience. Resilience, by definition, is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. And in my own words to them, I describe it as beating the odds. Coming to the United States as young adults and learning English is often a daily struggle that these students face. They come with little to no English and sit in classrooms each day and try to pass classes and SOL tests in their second language. This is often just the first of many struggles that they must encounter and rise above as they enter this society and new way of life. However, these students embody the mere essence of dedication, determination, and resilience in their desire to create a better life for themselves. They know what real struggle looks like and have seen and experienced things that most of us can't begin to imagine. As I come to work every day and teach my students, I look out to the desks and see the hardworking boy from Tanzania who didn't receive his first pair of shoes until he was 8 years old. Students who have spent years living in refugee camps in Afghanistan, escaping the war-torn violence in their country. Students like Jeimy from Honduras, who dealt with witnessing gang violence and poverty on a day-to-day basis, and students from other nations who came here on their own with hopes of a better life as they work 2 part-time jobs after school so that they can send money home to their families every month. I have asked every student why they came here, and they have said it was for an education and a better opportunity for their future. Resilience is in their blood, and it is in their hearts and souls. Students like Jeimy have survived and overcome more than most people can even imagine, and they will continue to be resilient and beat the odds in this country. Jeimy is the true reason that we are here today. And while I have been honored to be the recipient of the title of Barnes & Noble National Teacher of the Year, along with so many other wonderful things provided by Barnes & Noble, it is all due to Jeimy's hard work. Her ability to tell a genuine story about her life that has tugged the heartstrings of every person who has heard it. She is the real star and the real winner. Mark Twain provided this quote for life advice. He said, "Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing." I am honored to see that Jeimy has wrote something many who have heard her story feel is worth reading, and that she saw something that I did as her teacher that was worthy of writing about. I look forward to witnessing the many future successes of this young lady, and am confident that this is only the beginning. The best is yet to come, my dear Jeimy. The best is yet to come. Thank you.
At this time, the general manager from Radley Chevrolet is going to make a special presentation. So, Mr. Jonathan Pittman, if you would come on up.
Thank you, Riverbend, for allowing me to come in and support y'all's activities today. Jeimy, in recognition of your academic progress and for writing the national winning My Favorite Teacher letter, Radley Chevrolet and Cadillac would like to offer you your choice of the following: $2,500 matching funds toward a vehicle purchase, new or used from the dealership, can go toward your, I understand you need transportation, so we certainly will award you that. Or, don't have to decide today. Second choice is Radley Chevrolet will pay your first year tuition at Jeimy College as long as you work for us for a year, which is no easy job to work for me for a year. But should you just decide to attend Jeimy College, I'll pay your tuition that year.
Oh my God,
year.
thank you.
I'd also like to reinforce and reiterate the appreciation for Barnes & Noble. We partner with Barnes & Noble locally in a variety of ways and through a variety of many of our schools. And so I want to thank them because today we can often lose sight, and I think Teacher Appreciation Week is a great time to do it, to acknowledge the profound and transformational work that our teachers, and in this case, Ms. Hefner, do in our classrooms every day. And I can look out, and all of us are where we are in the positive sense because, in many cases, a teacher intervened. And she talked about vocabulary, and she talked about the many things that she teaches our students. And Jeimy, that essay, I don't think many of us could have written a better essay than she has written. And again, it speaks to the journey that she has taken, and so many more great things are in your future. But one thing that sometimes gets left out is probably the biggest part of teaching are relationships. And within relationships is that heartfelt love that is brought into the classroom every day. And hearing that, the stories, it's just remarkable that our teachers, and Ms. Hefner is a prime example, as an ambassador for that, has given her heart and her soul and her love to her students. And today we get to recognize and appreciate that.